What's going on, y'all? We're gonna be getting back on the Z Grill today, y'all. We're gonna be doing some baked beans, some barbecue baked beans, some smoked chicken. We're gonna smoke some flank steak, and we're gonna also have some smoked corn on the cob on the Z Grill. So let's go ahead and start putting everything together. We're gonna start with the beans first. Let's go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get the beans ready, y'all. I'm just gonna mix them in a throwaway tin, cause that's, when I put it on the smoker, that's just what I do. And we're gonna open, oh, the magnet got this. Let's open up. I like to use, my automatic. I'll link all of the tools and stuff that I use, y'all. We're gonna be using the ThermoPro thermometer, meat thermometer today. I may use the Z Grill probes as well, but I like to use 1 can of the Bush's baked beans with 1 can of any kind of pork and beans that you like. To me, it makes a really good mixture. Now, we are going to be adding all the stuff that I like to put in my barbecue baked beans to make them like I like them. The only thing, I had some orange and yellow bell peppers frozen, already chopped. That's what I'm going to be using for my bell peppers. And I have about half of a real large onion that I needed to really use. So we're going to take and we're going to put all the beans. I just dump them in here. Just dump them in here. And you'll be good to go. I don't know why I mix the two, but I just do. It works for me. And the can opener's done. And just get them in there. Just get them in the pan, y'all. Just get everything out. I don't like to just eat baked beans plain. I love my barbecue baked beans, which I learned how to cook from my mom. Bless her soul. So I just mix the pork and beans, whatever brand that you want to use, in the pan. I always put a little bit of mustard, at least a tablespoon of mustard. So I just squirt some like right in the middle. I always use almost half of a bottle of barbecue sauce. This is not quite half, and this is some KC Masterpiece Original. It does really well in here. I'm actually going to add a little more. I had to put a little water in here to get these out, to get everything that I wanted. I'm going to use a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's. I do like those too. And I'm going to use my homemade barbecue sauce on the chicken. All right, so now we should be good to go. I always like mine a little bit sweeter. So I'm going to add maybe 1/4 cup or a little better of brown sugar. Doesn't have to be a whole lot. Now we're going to get our little bit of seasoning. This is one of my homemade seasonings right here. Just a little blend that I mixed up. So we're going to put a little bit of that. Then I have 2 more of my blends for the chicken. Now we're going to go ahead and get our bell peppers. Not going to use all of this. So we're going to use, so we got not quite a half a bag, and I'm going to use about 1/4 of that. Is all I need. Just to give, I don't need a lot of peppers in it. I'd rather have the more onions. We're going to put plenty of onions, and we're going to leave them big. I love my Culina knives, y'all. If you need the link for the Culina knives, it'll be in the description as well. That is some bad dudes. I love them things. All right, so then all I do is we just get it mixed up good, and I always taste them. I left the onions big this time so some people like to pick around them, you know, so I want them to be able to see them. Ooh, they smell good. But you want to taste them to make sure that they've got enough barbecue sauce. Make sure that they're barbecuey enough, they're sweet enough, they have enough salt, and I'm going to probably put some more black pepper on them. They smell delicious, and I mean smell good. So we're going to get a little spoon. Let me go ahead and put my black pepper. Make sure you can see your black pepper. Whoop. Give them a little stir. And I'm going to get a little spoon and we're going to taste them. And we're going to see if we got them right. So let me grab a spoon. And we're going to see. You ain't got to get any onion or nothing if you don't want. Ooh, them's going to be good. Now, I always put bacon on top of mine. Always. And you can cook them covered, which is normally what I do for a little while, but I just take the bacon. This is just some thin cut bacon, really thin cut. Don't have to look pretty. And I just cover the top of my baked beans. This is actually 3 pieces here. You know, don't have to completely, you don't have to completely cover it, but you know, get you several pieces on there because it gives it a good flavor. You'll be uncovering this, letting that bacon brown. If you have to, you can always bring them inside, throw them in the oven under the broiler real quick. And I'm gonna put one more. I'm gonna tear this one, fill in a couple holes. Throw it under the broiler real quick and brown up that bacon, but we're gonna cover it with aluminum foil and set it aside while we get the chicken seasoned up, and then I've already got the flank steak marinating in the refrigerator, so we'll be right back. All right, I got the Z grill heating up, got it fired up. We got our baked beans already covered. Probably gonna run it up to about 275 and go ahead and get the beans on there, and then we're gonna I'm gonna go ahead and start on the chicken. So I've just got 5 little chicken thighs that I've kind of already cleaned up with the meat shears, and we're gonna actually give them a little squirt. I just love this olive oil spray bottle, or it pours. You can pour or spray. Works really good. I'm gonna try to only use my left hand on the chicken because I need to actually get seasoning on them, and I just work better with my right hand. But we kind of cut some of the, just to square them up, make them look nice, and that little piece there's on it. You don't have to put a lot of olive oil on it, or oil. You can use just a spray, you know, whatever kind of spray you have. Just whatever kind of spray you have will work just fine. I'm just gonna season them. We're gonna keep this simple. We're gonna keep this as simple as we can. I'm gonna use my rub seasoning on. So we're gonna get the bottom, and I'm gonna use another mixture that I mixed up, and I just used empty bottles to mix up my stuff, y'all. That's just what I do. So we're just gonna get these good. Go ahead and be generous with them. Go ahead, we're gonna do we're gonna do the bottom sides so we can flip them over, and we won't really have to touch the now this one's a little saltier, so we're gonna just lay them down. So let's just do all the bottoms, and then we'll do the tops as they're sitting there. But just be generous to give them plenty of color. That olive oil is gonna help them, you know, to everything to adhere to it. And just give them plenty, nice little generous coat on all of them. I'm not even gonna worry about putting that other seasoning on the bottom. We're gonna catch it on the top so I can actually kind of control what I'm doing with that. All right, so let's go ahead and get our tops good. I'm still gonna be generous, but we're gonna be adding in more of that other seasoning. Oh, there's my clock. You know, just to give them plenty, because they're gonna need that. This doesn't go down in the meat, you know. So just give them that. This is a little, like I said, a little bit more on the salty side for this mixture that I make. And you're just trying to, you know, cover up the majority of it without trying to touch it, because that's what happens when you touch it. All right, so we got them good and covered. Now we're gonna hit them with a little bit more oil to help hold that seasoning on. And we don't want that skin to like get that leathery while it's smoking at that lower temperature. We want them to, so be liberal with that, be generous, and it'll also help them to crisp up. So now we got everything covered. We got that done. Let me grab the flank steak out and I'll let you see the flank steak. All right, so we got the flank steak out of the marinade. I just stuck another piece of aluminum foil by the chicken, and I'm gonna take some paper towels and we're just gonna pat a little bit of that marinade off. It's been marinating for about an hour and a half. You can let this marinate all night. I'm just kind of rushing things. I stuck down my little plastic, and you don't have to get all of this off. And this one's pretty clean. I don't really have to trim much on it. I just wanted to get some of the marinade off just a little, so I could go ahead and season with what I want to season with. Now this is going to be like for some little tacos or something of that nature. I want to stay with the steak flavor. I'm not doing like a Mexican or anything like that. So we're going to stay with the Kinder's prime steak. Not going to season it a whole lot. I don't want it to overpower the whole fajita, you know. That's a fajita marinade. So we're going to just get it like that a little bit. We're going to hit the other side. This stuff smells so good. It's got black garlic and mushrooms, I think. Black garlic and truffles. And we're going to hit it a little bit more on this side. And we're going to call it good. We're going to call that good. Temperature for this is going to be a lot different. We're going to try to get this thing pulled off so I can get it seared at about 120, 115 maybe, and get it on up to about 135 for a good medium rare. Chicken's gonna have to go for probably 45 minutes at 275, maybe a little more until it gets 165 or 170 internal. Hopefully we can get some color on it if we have to crank that heat up a little bit and try to get some sear and some color on them as well, but I'm hoping that the smoke will be plenty for them. I got the Z Grill heating up. It's the 700 D3 pellet grill from Z Grills. I love it. I will have it linked in the description below, so y'all check it out. So let's go and get the grill clean enough, get these beans on, and let's enjoy this summer day, June the 22nd. June 22nd, Saturday, 2024. Let's go smoke some meat, y'all. All right, y'all. We got the Z Grill up to about it's 285, so it went about 10 degrees higher than the 275, but it'll bring itself down, especially when we put the meat on it. All right, so I'm gonna stick, we've got some little corn on the cobs, and they're actually still kind of frozen. I'm just gonna stick them up on the top, and we're gonna come back. I have got like allergies is killing me, y'all. So we're just gonna lay them up here. I got 6 pieces. Ooh, that's hot. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put the baked beans on. We're gonna see if we can get everything in here. I want the baked beans to cook a little more. So we're gonna bring the baked beans here. We're gonna try to stick some of the chicken back here, and we're gonna cook everything at one time. I got 3 different alarms set. So we make sure that we get the right meat for the right alarm. We're gonna check the flank steak in about maybe, I have to look at my alarm, probably 30 minutes. We're gonna check the flank steak in 30 minutes. I got another set of tongs for my chicken. And we're gonna check the chicken in about 40 minutes. That way, you know, we can kind of tell what's going on. I am going to use we got the ThermoPro ready, or the ThermoPro, and I've got, this is the 2 biggest chickens right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the probes, and we're going to stick the probes in them 2 thickest pieces of chicken so we can keep up with them, and then we can still check them with the ThermoPro. All right, so we got both probes. We're gonna open up and we're gonna feed them through. They go through the little, they have a little grommet, a little rubber grommet right here. And we're just gonna stick them through. Just make sure you got your wires, you know, untwisted so everything works good. And we're going to stick them right in the center of the 2 biggest pieces. We'll have to hold one, and we're going to stick it in this one. I'll try to stick him long ways. Just like so. We're going to pull a little bit of the slack out, and we're going to get them hooked up. They just plug in. I got chicken on my hands. There's probe 1. He's at 78 degrees. And probe 2 is at 75. So they're around 75 degrees is what they're showing on the chicken, because I've had the chicken kind of sitting out in the house. So now let's check our alarms. I have got alarm. All right, I have got a hour and a half for the baked beans at 275. Maybe take a little longer. I may have to crank them up at the end. I've got 30 minutes for the flank steak, and we've got 40 minutes for the chicken, and we got all 3 of them going right now. So when the first one goes off, that will be the flank steak. Second one will be the chicken, and then the beans. If I have to crank the heat up, I will at the end to try to get some color on the flank steak and on the chicken if I need to. All right, y'all, so we got the flank steak off at, it was actually at like 150 degrees. Internal, it smells tremendous. Now the second alarm went off for the chicken, and the chicken is actually showing about 168. So I'm gonna grab the corn. We're gonna grab all the corn off. The corn's already heated through. I'm okay with the color of the flank steak. I'm gonna see if I can move the chicken a little bit, and we're fixing to crank up the heat a little bit and see if we can get some color on the chicken, and see if I can get the aluminum foil off of the baked beans. Ooh, it's hot, y'all. Hot, hot, hot. Because we got to get that, because the baked beans aren't ready, so we definitely got to get that bacon colored up. So we're going to get our clothes back up, and we're going to go ahead and crank up the heat. So we're going to crank up the heat to about, we're going to go to about 450. We're going to go to about 450 and see if we can get some sear on them chicken, and make sure that we got, let's check them with the ThermoPro real quick, just in case I don't have them big probes where they need to be. Let's see what we got. Thick part. Yeah, that one's a little bit, so it's a little bit off, so we're good. We ain't quite there yet. I want to run it on up to about, I want to run them on up to about 170 so we can break down that meat so it'll actually come apart when you take that bite. So let's let her keep rolling a minute. All right, so we kicked that bad boy up to, it's at 410 right now. This is my barbecue sauce. We're just gonna kind of lightly put some barbecue sauce. They're already up to temperature. So they're at about 170 degrees. And now we're gonna get that barbecue sauce on them and let that caramelize real quick. And we're gonna stick that fajita flank steak back on. We're gonna stick it back on, and we're gonna let it get a little color on it real quick. But we're gonna close these up, and we're gonna leave it on high, and we're gonna let that bacon get some color on it on them beans. We're gonna flip them, and we're gonna put some more barbecue sauce on the other side. All right, so it does not take long. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna flip them. And we're gonna get that barbecue sauce on that top side. And then we're gonna be pulling these off. Ooh, they look so good, y'all. They look really good. I'm happy with that. All right, we're gonna check temp one more time just to show y'all what it is. That's the thickest one. 168, 170. It's about 170. 171. That one there's a little smaller, so it's 175. That one's 176. And that one's about 182. So we're fixing to come off with these. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull the chicken. And look at that, look at that. Oh. Now cooking it like I did, turning it up, it's gonna be more like a grilled, the grilled chicken than the smoked, because I kicked that heat up. Now we're gonna go back on with the flank steak, and we're gonna give that some color on 450. We got the baked beans are bubbling. I'm just gonna tint with a little aluminum foil the chicken. And we're gonna get some color on this flank steak real quick. We'll let that thing get up to about 450. All right, we're gonna give it a little flip. It's up to about 125. We're just trying to get just a little bit more color on that flank steak. Now beans are finally starting to look like beans, y'all. All right, we're gonna come off with the flank steak. Oh, it's looking good, y'all. Look at that. Shoo. Now the beans are gonna have to cook for a little bit until that bacon starts to turn. Look at that, y'all. Oh my word. We're gonna let it rest before we cut it, but remember, I know it's tempting to cut this way along the short, but that's the way the grain runs. So cut it in half, turn it, and then cut it across the grain so it'll be a lot more tender. All right, the baked beans are done. So we're at 440 degrees. We kicked it up a notch, and as you can see, it's burning off all of that grease and stuff, and we're gonna let it continue to burn for about 10-15 minutes more. We got the bacon nice and colored. Look at that, look at them beans. Let's get these things inside, and we'll go back inside, we'll get everything sliced up, and we'll get everything plated up. And we're gonna let this kind of clean itself off for about 10 or 15 minutes. All right, we're back in the house, y'all. Whew, back in the house. So now we can kind of plate up. Let me grab a fork. So we got something to eat with. I got my big Culina knife. We've got the chicken tinted, we got the corn ready, we got the baked beans ready, and we've got the flank steak. Now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna bring the flank steak over here, and we're gonna put it on the cutting board. And we're gonna put our glasses on so I don't cut my phalanges off. And remember what I told you, you want to cut it this way, but you shouldn't. So what you need to do is cut it in half. Oh, and look at that pretty medium. And then turn it and cut against that grain. And then it's going to be a lot tenderer. Now it has cooled off since, but it's about a medium. My wife doesn't like it medium rare. She complains every time because she likes hers just to be a little pink, but that's it. But y'all, oh Lord have mercy. And I hope it's as good as it smells, really do. Because I'm just going to eat it just like it is. I'm not making fajitas today. She said she didn't want a fajita. She just wanted some of the meat. And then I'm gonna cut it across into some smaller pieces. That way we can kind of grab it as like finger foods, you know. And then you just same thing. You can cut it on an angle. That's my microwave. She was heating up something. You slice it at an angle one way the other, and you can get some little thin pieces. And you can see how nice and pink and medium that it is, which is good for her. I would rather it be more on the rare side. But like, look, take a look at this piece right here. I would rather it be on the rare side, me personally. Now, we're just gonna leave that here, and we're gonna plate up some. Oop, there's that clock again. Get off of there. Get off of there, buddy. So we're just gonna grab us a few pieces, get us some of that flank steak up here. Oh, it smells amazing. Oh, I don't know why, but I always like to add a little bit more seasoning to my stuff, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna grab a piece of chicken. So we're gonna get our chicken here, and we're just gonna get us a piece of chicken. Look at that, look at that. Oh, piece of corn. We got some butter on the corn, and we're gonna get us some of these baked beans with that bacon on them. Oh, they're nice and steamy too, y'all. And then we're gonna really go in for a bite. Oh my goodness. Oh, so I'm gonna taste this flank steak first. Wow. Now, like I said, I've got a bad habit of adding a little bit more of that steak seasoning, and I've got extra barbecue sauce, so I'm gonna put a little barbecue sauce on top of my flank steak. Oh yeah, and this is my homemade barbecue sauce. Y'all, all right, so let's taste these beans. They're hot too, y'all. Ooh, they're hot. So let's make sure we blow them off good. That is money. Oh man. And let's see how we did on the chicken. Y'all have been keeping the Z grills hidden from me for a while. I'm so glad I got one, y'all. I really enjoy it. It's super nice. I am not sponsored by them. Maybe one day. I'm not sponsored by anybody here. Colina, nobody. I just like their products, and I'll tell you if I like them. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, and you got any value out of our videos, you enjoy spending time with us right here with the Bickhams, me and Melissa, give us a thumbs up, share the video with friends and family. We appreciate it. Maybe we can learn something together. Leave a comment and let me know how you cook your chicken, your flank steak, how you cook anything on that pellet grill, because it is great. And get you one. I'll have everything that I've used that I have links for linked below in the description, so go check the description out. And I thank you again for coming to hang out with me, and I hope you will come back. Don't forget, smash that subscribe button. It's free. Hit that bell notification button so you'll know when I have another video drop. And we hope to see you in the future, and we hope to see you soon. I'm Craig with the Bickhams. We'll see you on the next video. Bye, y'all.